Assalamu alaikum, and I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly. But I thought I should let you folks know. First of all, you folks who encouraged me, and there were many of you who encouraged me to go to my local mosque on Friday, very wise. I think you actually knew I would take the Shahada and become a Muslim if I went, and you were right. And I am grateful, very, very grateful. If you saw my message earlier, the picture that I had in my mind of the mosque is one that's hanging on the wall on the inside. And it's something that this group, I don't know, and I don't mean any disrespect, but that is something that they're looking forward to building that. But I sat outside because I didn't want to go in, and I waited till someone showed up, and it was a young fellow, and he greeted me, Assalamu alaikum, and I said, hi, I'm brand new, and he, explained a little bit, and he said, well, let me go in and see if I could get the imam. And please understand, I am as ignorant as I was before I took the Shahada, except now I feel that much more complete. We sat, this young fellow and this older fellow, and not older, actually he was younger than me, but my age, and we sat and we talked, and they tried their best to teach me some terms, and I tried. I really tried. And the older of the two said, sit here, and so he said, we're just going to watch. And he said, well, I'm just going to watch. And then a fellow got up there and started speaking, and most of it was in Arabic. I had no idea really what he was saying. But as he was speaking, the room became more full, and men, just men, more full. And then when he was finished, there were some things I understood. I understood about Palestinians, and I understood when he said, if a Muslim is hurt on the other side of the world, it hurts us. Those things I understood, but most of what he had to say I had no idea. And then I guess it was prayer, but not knowing really what was going on. So all of the men are in the room, and they're prostrating according to, as a group, according to the direction, or forgive me again, I don't know what I'm talking about. But as that was happening, I felt emotion just rising up, and there were a couple times that I had to actually wipe some tears away. It was very emotional for me, again, not knowing what was going on. And when it was through, the older gentleman introduced me to the fellow who was doing the speaking. And he said, he welcomed me. They all welcomed me. It was very warm, and it was wonderful. But the guy who was speaking in the beginning, he shook my hand, and the older fellow of the two from the very beginning said he hasn't taken his Shahada yet. And the guys I was shaking his hand, but he just kind of went as if to say, to the other fellow, not to me, as if to say, oh no, this is going to happen. And after the room cleared out, this fellow my age, he said, pull up a chair, and we opened a book, and there was a very, very much younger fellow there, and he wanted me to start reading. So I did, and I assume it was the Quran. I assume, but the book looked different, and the way it was set up was different, and it was Arabic and English, and so I really didn't know what I was reading. And I read a couple of verses, and he instructed me as to, if you mention Muhammad, you say, peace be upon him. But they said it in Arabic, and I was like, so he said, well, for now, just say, when you mention Muhammad, say, peace be upon him. And I did, and we continued. And then I said, with all respect, sir, I said, I really need to get back home. And he said, okay. And he said, sure. And we exchanged phone numbers and prepared for the next time we would get together. And then he asked me, he didn't force me, he said, what about the Shahada? I said, my pride is keeping me from doing it. I said, I'm so ignorant of everything, I mean, the only thing I know is I'm supposed to pray 5 times a day and not to eat pork, but I don't even know when I'm supposed to pray, and I don't know what I'm supposed to say. So my ignorance is just abounding. And he didn't pressure me. He said, okay. And then I thought, no, Allah would not have brought me through all of this for me to turn away. And if the negative that I was feeling last night and this morning, if that negative energy, if I let that fester, I was afraid I was going to lose something. So I tapped the old fella on his leg, and I said, let's do this. Honestly, I can't remember what I said, but he had me say it at least 3 times, had me stumble through it at least 3 times. So today, I am a Muslim. But according to you folks, a lot of you folks, I've been a Muslim all along. So thank you.